Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hello to all who's going to be joining this morning. What a windy, blustery day we've got. I had a puff on music. Sorry, guys, I'm going to have a puff. It's not very often you'll see me doing this on a live because I don't like to do it. Good morning, Anne. How are you? Morning, Kelly. Morning, Dave. Morning, Claire. Hope everybody has a good night's sleep. And like I say, it is a bit blustery. Morning, Patricia, my lovely. Oh, bless you, Kelly. Sending you in, my lovely. I don't know if you can hear, but it is quite blustery out there. You're all well on. I know, wet and dull doesn't come into it. I mean, it looks like we've got a bit of sun coming through, but it's been really dark clouds. Afternoon, Tracy. Morning, Marie. I'm honoured you called me Dave. So we have got a bit of blue skies peeking through, but I must say it's still very, very cloudy. Weather forecast absolutely shocking at the minute. Oh, that's good that you've got Doctor's Buttes. Hopefully they'll be able to give you something to make you feel that little bit better. So what's everybody been up to? What's everybody been doing? I hope those that joined in last night for Yo-Yo's Yorkshire and Ghost Tales evening, I hope you enjoyed it. I think it's fascinating. The stories that are out there and how far they date back with the sightings that are actually relevant to the locations in Yorkshire Yo-Yo's reading about. Morning, Sophie, my lovely. I enjoyed the chit chat after as well. 2 hours. 2 hours. Yolanda were live for an hour, and then I come live with Yolanda for an hour after. It were. Let me just put my legs up. Oh, I've got my chain stuck to my cardigan. No, I'm pulling loops. That's it. Oh, I'm going to have to thread that all through now. Bless you. Bless you, Kelly, my love. No worse than pain. I just missed you. You did, Anne. Me and Yo-Yo were chatting as we shut down, because obviously we shut live down, but me and Yo-Yo can still see each other. Morning, Peter. And we were chatting and we saw you coming, and I said, oh, Anne's just popped in. Oh, Sophie, it were really good last night. And again, like I said, the chat after it was good. It was fantastic. It were, Claire. Really enjoyed it. Hopefully next time, Claire, you'll be joining us after Yo-Yo's done a reading and come on for chit chat. And I will open it up so others can join us if they want to and come on and ask the questions and do what they need to do. So a little bit of update on what's going to be happening this week. So with the members, it is Monday members. So Monday we are dedicating to members only. So at the moment, what's happening in our members is we are discovering the magical world of the nature spirits. So what it is, the workshopy kind thing that we're doing, I call it a workshop because it's working through books and there's all different meditations and things that we can do to follow to do with the readings, and it's awaken the mystery of the old ways and restore balance and harmony in your life by connecting with the magical world of the nature spirits. And I must say, this to me, I've enjoyed reading it from start to finish. On the back of the book it reads, fairies are natural spirit, are nature spirits and the guardian angels of the natural world. Flavia Kate Peters has been communing with them since childhood and is a wisdom keeper of the fairy realm. In this book, she introduces readers to the mysterious fairy world and explains how fairies can work with those who have a love of nature, an affinity to healing, or a belief in a world beyond our own. And that is absolutely fantastic. It's so interesting to read and to hear a different side. The next book I'm going to be reading after this one is going to be shamanism and how you can bring shamanism into your lifestyle, your belief system, and everything else. I think the next one after that I'm not sure what I might do. I don't know whether to do because there's quite, I might do angels after that one, and do on angels. That would be awesome. Sorry around with a comment. I was brushing my tutty pegs. That's okay, Claire, I'll let you off. But yeah, that's going to be coming up. Tomorrow is Tuesday, so we've got Chit Chat Tuesday coming up tomorrow night. Lindsay, remover. Remember when Mary Doll just fell? Did you? No, and there's no reason. I mean, we've not put her back up on shelf yet. She's like behind there with them too. Morning, Katie. But we've got no understanding on why she fell. The shelf didn't move. The shelf hasn't altered in any way. I know it looks like it's on a slant, but that's just how the camera handles putting it. But we can't fathom how she fell. The only thing that was suggested when I was talking was that morning, not that morning, just before we went live, I put that angel up there. Now, these are plastic. They're not heavy, so they're not going to counterbalance that shelf. I put the angel up there. I put my baby Groot up there, and I put the angel with the black wings. So I've done that. I'm not very good at painting, so this is like beginning. But can you see a face? Even your eyebrows look. I'd put that on the shelf. And when I was talking, I think it was Lorna I was talking to. And me and Lorna, when I says to Lorna, I says, I don't understand how it happened or what happened, how Mary Doll fell off the shelf. And when I was talking to Lorna, said, was any of the ladies who had that doll religious? Well, they were religious. I think Catholic comes into it and all sorts. And I'm wondering whether the fairy with the black wings actually sort of like offended them somehow. So I've not put her back up on the shelf. She's going to go in a different place altogether. She's going to go somewhere, but she's not going to go near the dolls. She's going to have to go in a separate way. But yeah, I mean, you can see she falls from the head. She goes head first. The legs don't move. She doesn't unbalance herself, and it's just like she falls like forward. So it's like something's pushed from behind. But no, it's unexplainable. And to catch it on camera was just like, oh my God. We don't make a big song and dance about it because what could we do? We're not going to sit and scream and go, oh my God, it's a demon, the dolls have just fell off the shelf. It's not our hey Holly, it's not our cup of tea to do that. You guys know that we don't do that. But yeah, it did make a bump. Did make a bump for us in the night, but really good. Had you recently moved her? The dolls have been there the whole time. I'd only just put the angel that I painted. I'd only just put her on the shelf with the others about 10-15 minutes before we'd gone live. And that's the only thing I'd done. So I don't know whether I've offended. I don't know whether there's, like I said, there's could be a religious connection to some of these dolls up there. I know with one of them, there's definitely a religious connection. And I think maybe I offended the energies around them with the black angel. So, yeah, so she'll not be going back up on that shelf. Mary Doll's going to be going back up. You can just see Mary Doll there. Look behind me. She's smiling away, bless her. But yeah, so they didn't like the angel. No, unfortunately not. But people did say don't paint the wings black. But I did paint the wings black because I wanted not a bad angel. I wanted a mischievous angel. So I might put a bit of purple in the wings just to justify. But yeah, so yeah, tomorrow night. So we've got tarot. I'm going to do some tarot, I think, in the morning. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do half an hour on here of tarot, and then I'm going to go over to members and do tarot on there also. So I'm going to split the hour between here and members, so then members are still getting the tarots. But remember, for members, once a month on a Monday, I will do a full tarot reading. Well, not a full tarot reading. You do get your 2-card reading coming in anyway every month. But tomorrow we'll just like split that tarot reading down, so it's fair because tomorrow night we've got chit chat, and then I think Yo-Yo is going to be back on with ghost stories tomorrow. She did last Tuesday night, so I'm hoping this Tuesday. So I'm hoping Tuesdays and Sundays are going to be Yo-Yo's nights to come on and read the books that she's got. And after the Yorkshire ghosts, the history of Yorkshire and the ghost and the ghostly tales. After that one, I know Yolanda's going to be covering dreams. She's going to be reading some books on dreams, and we've also, I forgot what the books Michelle said last night she were bringing up. Claire, I forgot what she said, but I don't know if you want to do a bit of reading online, Claire, and come on and like do a night reading. Maybe use one at books, and you come on and do a different night to Yo-Yo. I think it'll be good. I am going to be asking Paul Goddard to come and do a Tuesday for us, because I think next Tuesday, is it this Tuesday? I don't know if it's too late to ask Paul to do tomorrow, and I've got to set it all up. So Tuesday chit chat's going to be late. It's not Tuesday chit chat's not going to be at 8:30. It's going to be later on at night. I think what we'll do, I might do chit chat tonight. Can't remember, aren't we? I'm gonna have to fathom this out. But yeah, that'd be good, Claire, to get you on and get you doing some stuff as well, because people haven't seen you for a while, and we need to get you out and see, my lovely, because you're part of the team, kiddo. You're part of the team. So either if you've got any books that you've got, or I can have a look at the books that Michelle mentioned that she was going to bring up and pass them on. We've also, I don't know if we've got any more books here. I don't think I've got any more, but yeah, they've been lurking in the shadows. Yeah, morning, Lisa, my lovely. Yeah, I've been lurking in the shadows. So we need to get your ass back on screen, kiddo. She'll scratch me when she sees me calling her a kiddo. John's going to be on live later. I'm not sure what John's going to be doing. I might have to scrap tomorrow. You're going to have to bear with me. Tomorrow, I'm going to forget everything I've said that's happening tomorrow, tarot's chit chat, because I think what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to reassess what plans we've got tomorrow and what we're going to be doing, because I may have to juggle tomorrow night's lives round, including Yo-Yo's live, maybe slightly later than it was last week. I think about 11 o'clock though she went live last week, so I think she'll still be on at 11. I don't think it's gonna do anything to her, but yeah, unfortunately this week I don't think we are going to be out ghost hunting. Sheffield's been quite flooded. Rotherham's had some flooding. I don't know about Chesterfield on their banks, I'm not sure, but it's going to be too underfoot. It's just going to be too dangerous, I think, this week for either John to go out on his own or for me to go out, because if we go underfoot then we're buggered, aren't we? So that's going to be an interesting one. Hopefully next week it's going to get a little bit better. On this Thursday, we're looking forward to meeting Michelle and her other half. They're coming up on train to Chesterfield to meet us and to meet Yo-Yo, and they're coming. I think they're coming up to. They're staying over in Chesterfield. So as they're coming up, we've arranged to go and meet them. So it's going to be really good to meet Michelle in person, because she's coming on some investigations with us, one on the 5th and one on the 12th. It's all cooking on gas. The menopause tablets I'm taking absolutely brilliantly. I am having the hot flushes still, but I'm not the sweaty Betty anymore. I shouldn't say sweaty Betty, because Bettys aren't sweaty. But I'm not perspiring as much. I don't look like I'm a chip pan dripping. I do still need the fan on odd occasion, but bar from that, all is good. So yes, I just thought I'd come on for a little bit of a chit chat and find out what everybody's been up to. Just make sure John doesn't damage his wonky finger on Thursday. I know. It's, do you know, it seems to have sort of like sprung back on itself, Tracy. It doesn't seem to be a wonky finger anymore. It seems to, yeah, I mean, I don't know if you can put it on camera, but it's more or less as straight as what mine are. It's more or less as straight as what mine is now. So yeah, for some reason, to say how droopy it was and ligaments that were torn, it's somehow managed to spring back into place. So yeah, it is a more erect. Yes, it is more erect, Mr. Mason. I got me. You got me then. You got me. So yeah. So what's everybody been up to? Have you done anything interesting? Have you read anything interesting? I'm trying to think. I don't know what to say. I'm lost for words, guys. I'm lost for words. Do you like John's little Reaper? He's done himself a little Reaper for on top of his doodah. But yes, back on the Spiritualist Church on Wednesday. That's a first. I know, Tracy, honestly, I'm like stumped. It's like my mind's gone blank. Not very often I have these moments, but I'm having a moment. We're back at Spiritualist Church on Wednesday. I've got to say how much I'm enjoying it. To actually get back and being around people of the same energies as where we are, and mixing again with people that are non-judgmental around you. You can be yourselves, you can open up, it's absolutely brilliant. If you're stuck for Tuesday night, I could always do a quiz if you've got time to do me the questions. I will try and sort it, Claire. I don't know if I'll have time for tomorrow. But yeah, I will get that sorted. We have got some really good quiz questions. Nanny Lynn sent me a load of quiz questions through as well. So we can look at doing a quiz one night. Whether it's Tuesday night, it might be a different night, Claire, but I'll definitely get the questions sorted. I'll try and get some printed off actually, because she sent them me on email. So I think I can open the email up that she sent and get them, and then I can just print them straight off. Or I could even send them to you. If you've got a printer, I don't know, but I could send them to you as well. So we'll see. We'll work that out. Trouble is, Nanny Lynn's quiz questions are proper quiz questions. They're not like my questions that are a bit stupid and a bit like in your questions, Claire. They're more proper questions for a quiz. We don't do things properly, do we? Not over here, we don't. So yeah, so the things that I'll tell you what we've learned about during this. So the first one, this actually, I don't know if they're all going to be interested, Claire. They're going to be starting this again in April. And again, it's a 10-week course. Whether we'll be in the same room as you or whether we'll be in the side, because there's two different sessions going on. So I don't know whether we'll be in the same room as you or whether we'll move into the next room. But it's starting up again in April. And it's the Chesterfield National Spiritualist Centre. Course times are 7:30 till 9 p.m. And they're likely to arrive between 7:15 and 7:20. So they lock the gates at 7:30. She's up. My God. Good morning, Nanny Lynn. How are you? So in week 1, it's introduction and self-awareness. Week 2 is colour. Week 3 is auras with both groups mixed. Week 4 is psychic tools. Week 5 is angels. 6 is altered states, and that's both groups. Number 7 is healing, and that's with both groups. Number 8 is inspirational speaking and writing. On the 9th week is mediumship in both groups, and number 10 is meditation and development. And it's £5 for non-members, but if you sign up to be a member, you get it for £4. You get it for £4 and a free tea or coffee at the end of the night, or it's 60 pence a cup. And it's quite nice because I might check them some tea bags in and that, because I think it's nice just to donate some stuff. So that's that they're going to be starting theirs back up in April for the second one. So if anybody's interested or lives local, Sheffield, Rotherham, Chesterfield areas, or surrounding areas to us that would be interested in coming along to a spiritualist church and learning the psychic development, or how to, because unfortunately you've got to do all the work, which is good. But if anybody's interested in coming along, let me know and I can get you the information passed to you. And if you want to speak to anybody, you can speak to somebody before you come along. But I've got to admit, it is one of the most friendliest places that we've walked into for a spiritual church. It's really good. They also have the mediums on a Tuesday night and a Saturday night. We've started going to the Saturday night one because we have Saturdays off, so we started going to the mediums on a Saturday. It's different ones each week, and it's good. Hi to the shadows, Claire. Evening, morning, Mick. Evening, guys. Hope you're well, Mick. This fine, blustering, blowing morning. I do hope that everybody that watches us, wherever you are in this world, when things like this happen and we have the floods and we have the strong winds and the damage that gets done, I do hope that nobody's been affected. Obviously, there's going to be people that's been affected. It's going to affect businesses again. We've still got businesses in Sheffield that are still recovering from the last lot of floods that come through. And I know government spent, I think Scotty said it were about 21,000 that they spent, 21,000, couldn't have been 21 million, 21,000 I think they'd spent on flood defences. I'm not being funny, but they've put the flood defences in place, but then about 5 minutes down, it's still left open and there's no defence. So it's going to get, there's ways, so it really needs looking. Been trying to get into doctors for 2 weeks. It's stupid. Do what my mum did. My mum phoned 111 and doctors were open. She couldn't get in doctors. She phoned 111 and told them that she'd been trying for 2 weeks to get in and she couldn't get in, but she needed to be seen. And the 111 team went absolutely ballistic. Because there should be no reason why anybody should be waiting 2 weeks to be seen. And they actually made the appointment. My mum had to phone the doctor's surgery the next morning, and the surgery gave her an appointment for that day. They were a bit miffed because it does look bad on them. But if you're not, morning, Carol, if you're not getting in to see your GP, phone 111, explain that you can't get into your GP, how long you've been trying for, and is there anything that they can do to help, like book you an appointment in, and take it from there. Because at the minute, I think there's a hell of a lot of people still having problems getting with the GPs. Even though things have gone back to normal, GP surgeries seem to think that it's okay to continue with the phone call appointments. When really it's not. The phone call appointments, just because it's easy for them and they can probably see more patients doing that. If they want to do that, then put an hour aside in the morning before they start and an hour aside at night to do the phone calling for people they need to speak to. But there's people out there that need to get in and see a GP, and unfortunately they're not getting in, and a lot of things are being missed. So make sure you do what you need to do, Mick. Our fence is held together with bungee ropes at the moment. Really? Have you had a lot of damage to the fence then, Tracy? In a way, I wish our fence had broke down. We were going to go out and smash it last night, but it's next door neighbours. I don't like them, but it's our fence then, and we've got to put up with their garden. So I thought I'd best not go out and smash it. I'm only joking. But I am surprised that the fence hasn't been blown down, to be fair. It's an old fence that's up between us both. Boris wants us all back at work, so surely that means doctors, GPs too. They need to get back to everything needs to get back to normal, Claire. Everything needs to get back to normal now. Everything's been lifted. I understand the virus is still going around, that's coming around, but it's livable with now for majority of us. And so we should be all going back. Everything should be going back to normality. And to be honest, is it not? It's not going to take that much change round for the GPs to start having people coming back in to the telephone surgeries. But I just hope that, like you said, some like the change there it is. No, you're welcome, Mick. Let us know how you get on. My GP still deals with medical issues by phone. My Crohn's disease specialist insists on a face-to-face at the hospital. This is it, Carol. They can't do it. The GPs need to open the surgeries up now for people to be seen. I was supposed to be having a GP ring back on Wednesday. I phoned on the Monday and I spoke to the receptionist, and she said, got no appointments, but we can get somebody to ring you on Wednesday morning. And I thought, oh, well, that's good. Wednesday morning came and no phone call, no nothing from GP. So, putting a complaint in about that one because it was to discuss to discuss the medication. So there is going to be a complaint as soon as I can get up. With the storm being here, I will be putting a written complaint in because I think it's disgusting that on what's going on. And it's all right. The receptionist saying they're going to book you in just as long as that they have booked you in, kind of thing. I don't know, but I'm not happy, so I am putting a complaint in. Boris doesn't like me back at work. Boris, the jug. Oh, bless. I bet he misses you, Tracy. He's that used to having you all on your own. But yeah, Carol, go down that line, go down the 111 line and tell them that your GP won't see you face to face. Explain your medical condition and why you need to see him face to face. Explain that you can't get appointments. It's taking you out your way to go back to the hospital to see the specialist when a GP can give you what you need. And just get told that, I had a phone call appointment with cardiology. Tell me how they can tell what my heart's doing over the phone. Exactly, Dave. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. There's so many people that are being undiagnosed at the minute because they're thinking that, well, there's no point in phoning. And they do need to do. Receptionists aren't medically trained. No, they're not. I mean, there's a new one now that's come into place at our when we phone our GP. Like when you phone your GP and it comes out, they'd like talk to you first about how serious the situation is and phone 999. We've got one now that says you can book your appointments online. So we can actually go. We've got like this. What's it called that we've got with doctors where we can order as prescriptions and stuff. It's that one. Right. There's majority of doctors that will have it. And we can actually go online. You can order your prescriptions. You can actually book appointments, and it states on the thing if you don't want if it's too personal to tell the receptionist, go online and book it because you can leave more information there for the doctor to read, which I think is absolute bloody ridiculous. Because when you go online to book, you're looking at, again, you're struggling to get in, and they're phoning you. Tracy was told she'd got tonsillitis and it was pneumonia. Such a massive difference, Tracy. Tonsillitis to pneumonia. You got so poorly with it, Tracy, as well, being treated for one thing, and all because you couldn't get in to have your chest listened to. It's just, it's wrong. Aren't you tempted to say to the receptionist when she asks what's wrong that you have an STD or crabs? Do you know, that could be that could be a line that we start going down. So could we before COVID? Yeah. But yeah, so like Claire says, when the receptionist asks you what's the issue, you can either turn around and say it's to do with the medication. You can turn around and say it's a personal issue and I need to speak to a GP today. There's nothing really they can say if if you say something like that, or go into them and bore them with about a 10-minute rundown of everything, how you can't poo, how you're constipated, and because if you start going down that line first, they'll get bored and they'll just say, right, we'll get you a doctor to phone you back. Bore them to death with what you're talking about, because they want to get you off phone as quick as you can. So start with the very the most boring thing you can think of and go into more details about that rather than the main thing, and they'll get you in. Tommy, 3 weeks before I can get in if it's urgent. That is ridiculous. Is that what 111's just told you, Mick? Or is that what your GP said, told you 3 weeks before you can get in if it's urgent? They talk over the top of you. They do, Nanny Lynn, some of them do. But I do think that, again, it's same with every job, isn't it? You've got those that think they actually... When it's not just the GPs, it's in every line. No, doctors. Oh, that's good. It's in every line of work. You've got those that aren't qualified but think they're qualified, and you've got to be really careful because they sound as though they're qualified and they're not, and they can give you misleading things. Say you have a wart on the butt, exactly like tell them your piles are hanging out and you can't sit down, and then when you speak to your doctor, you don't mention your piles, you say what it is that you've gone to speak to them about. But yeah, I mean, I don't see why we should have to tell the receptionist what our issues are and why we need to be seen, because if it's an emergency, we know ourselves to phone 999. We know that we're not going to phone GP if we're out of breath and we can't breathe, or if we fell down and his arms and there's a bone sticking out of his body somewhere, we know to phone 999. So when we're phoning GP, we know we're phoning GP because that's the person we need to speak to. So yeah, I went last with an eye infection. I said, while I'm here, can I also tell you about something else I've got going on? She said, yes, if you're quick, you've only got a 10-minute appointment. I said, oh, I'll mention 2 things then. I've got 5 minutes left. But again, I don't like that. I've never known it when you've gone into doctors and say, I'm sorry, you've got a 10-minute appointment. I know they do book, you can book to have a 20-minute appointment. So they're like taking 2 appointments up in one. I know they can do that. But when you're going into doctors, you need that reassurance, you need that advice. So you might want to speak to them about 3 or 4 different things. So I don't understand where this 10 minutes comes from, that's your time limit in with your GP. Before Christmas, I ended up seeing a floating GP at my nearest A&E for the shingles. Oh, bless you, Carol. I think we've got similar to you, Carol, at A&E, we've got a GP base there now, and that's at Northern General. When you go at Northern General Hospital now, there's actually a GP next to nurses station. So when some go to the Northern General and they don't need to be seen by the hospital and it's a GP they could have seen, there is a GP on standby that does actually come out and speak to them. So it saves that appointment going. I hope, Carol, that you got sorted. How are you now, Carol, from shingles? My mum only is allowed to see a doctor with one thing, really. Well, I don't. I just reel them off when I sit in chair. I just go in and sit in the chair and I'll tell them everything. This and this, and then they tell me to shut up and start again and start with and start with because I just blurt out. You know what I'm like, guys. I don't shut up talking. So even when I'm in GPs, I talk very fast. And but I think they're used to me now. I mean, they've had me for 11 years. So I think the GPs are quite used to my personality coming in. But you were itching to see me. Oh, Dave, do you know? That's not funny. That's not funny. Absolutely fine. Oh, that's good, Carol. That's good. I'm glad they've passed because I know shingles can last. So shingles can be really painful. They can be life-threatening, and they can be they can last for a lot longer than what I think people think they can. So yeah, it's not a nice thing to have, is shingles. I know a lot said that shingles is brought on by stress, worry. I know that if children get chicken pox, and if you've not had chicken pox as a child, it can turn into shingles as an adult. So yeah, it's not a nice one to have that, and especially depending where you get it on your body. There was a lady I knew, and she got it all down her side, so it was like all down one side of her body, top to foot, and yeah, she was in absolute agony, bless her. But it was painful, not just with the itching, Dave, as you pointed out, not just with the itching, but with everything. I had chicken pox when I was 27, thought I was dead. It was nasty. So chicken pox would have really been shingles then, Tracy, because I think chicken pox is only something a child can get. But the adult version of it, called chicken pox, is the shingles. That's what I think it's classed as. I think, I'm not sure. But yeah, Mum got shingles without the spots. Wow, that's an interesting one. That's an interesting one, Claire. But I suppose shingles the same. It's same with anything. I mean, the go on. What were we saying? Chicken pox. You get told that chicken pox you can only get twice if you're lucky. Both my children on their medical record, Jordan and Ashley, had chicken pox 6 times. And they was diagnosed by a GP with chicken pox 6 times. Nobody can believe it, but when they look at the medical records, it's there in black and white. Them kids had chicken pox, full-blown chicken pox. And it was 6 times they caught it, and it was just, it was ridiculous. But it weren't like straight after one another. They'd be like 6-7 months a year in between them. 4 years in between, and then they'd get them again. It was really strange. How did your mum get diagnosed with shingles then, if it weren't the spots? Is it just how the markings are, Claire? Is that how they work it out? Look at my t-shirt. Oh, I pulled that wrong side, Anna. I've been undressed. I had 2 spots on my elbow. Bloody hell, Tracy. See, to me, that's more shingles. I'm going to have a puff on my vape, guys. I'm so sorry. You know I don't like vaping when I'm on, when you can see me. I don't like the face pulling and the pain and symptoms. Wow. Did you have any pain with yours then, Tracy? Or was it just like the constant like itchiness and the uncomfortableness of them? I'm trying to inhale it, but it's too loud, so you can hear that like Darth Vader noise when you're breathing it in, can't you? And yeah, it drives you crazy when you've got your earphones on. And it's coming down my left arm, left shoulder, and left shoulder blade. It feels like a very hot needles and itching. You know, I couldn't even imagine it, Carol. I know I couldn't even tell you what it felt like when we got chicken pox as kids, because it just sort of like that level, once it's gone, it goes, doesn't it? You don't remember it. But I can imagine that's probably roughly what it feels like as well, but 10 times worse. Dizziness and the aches. Wow. The dizziness. Wow. So the dizziness did you have dizziness with yours, Carol? Did you feel dizzy at times? It's really, do you know, isn't it weird how we all have similar symptoms, some people can have complete different symptoms to something that somebody else has. And it might be one in like 100 people that get it. Morning, Irene, my lovely. That's okay, my sweet lady. You pop in to say hello and good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. We understand that everybody's busy lives and getting on with stuff. So, yeah, it's nice to see you, Irene, and thank you, my lovely. I can just remember being covered head to foot in chamomile lotion. Chamomile lotion. Chamomile or chamomile? What did I say? Chamomile. Chamomile lotion. Chamomile lotion. That's it, isn't it? Chamomile. Yeah, I used to smell it. I still do. If you know, like when Jacob and Noah, I think it was more Jacob than Noah that had got chicken pox, and we got him, and it was the chicken pox had gone. Not the chicken pox had gone. The part when it was when you can pass it on, that bit had gone, and we could have him. And I used to put him on my knee, and I'd put calamine on him, and then I'd be like that and sniffing him, because I just love the smell of calamine lotion. I think I might just buy some and just put some on my hand and just sit going when I'm online. Oatmeal bath works. Oh wow. I never knew oatmeal bath. Hey, Rebecca, hope you're well, my lovely. Morning, Odin's Way. How are you, my sweets? Bleeding thing's not working. When I had chicken pox at 14, I didn't feel ill. No dizziness, but had a temperature. I think that's the one that they've got to be careful of, isn't it? The temperature. Dizziness, yes, but temperature, I think you've just got to watch the temperature one, because if it's sky high, it's what it can do. Chicken pox twice. Majority of people have had chicken pox twice. I think the only thing I've never had, I had chicken pox. I'd never had measles. I never had mumps. And you don't hear much about mumps now. You did when we were quite younger. There were quite a few. There were mumps that went round at one point when we were younger, but I've not really heard of mumps going round. I've not heard touch wood. I love that smell. And you just can't help it, can you? Love that space. Looks really cool. What, this office bit? And as an adult, it's horrible when it goes down your throat. I bet it is. I know Jacob got it all in his mouth and in his eyes and all sorts. Just popped on quickly to say hi. Hey, Dan, hope you're well, and thank you for popping in, my lovely. Yes, the office bit. It does. John's doing a good job in office. It was his office, but now it's our office. But he still says it's his office, and it's not. It's ours. So when he comes on and he says, I'm sat in my office, just remind him it's our office. Calamine lotion, the white chalky one. I got the shingles 3 days after my COVID booster. Wow. I wonder whether you got the shingles then, because of, we know when we had the COVID boosters and when we had the jabs that it's like having flu jab. It basically, your immune system drops. And I wonder whether with the stress, or whether you've been in contact with somebody that had got shingles and either didn't know, and because of the COVID booster, because your immunity come right down, I wonder whether that's why it's sort of like coming and it zapped you then. But yeah, ooh, Carol, Nanny Lynn, don't you like the calamine lotion, the white chalky one? It's beautiful. Buy a bottle. There are 3 types of chicken pox. I got the 2 and it was murder. Wow. It's just, all these different things. I mean, it's like that when we were at school. We had to have a TB jab. I've got marks in my arm on where you can still see the 6 needles that they do the tester with, and then they put the TB jab on top. Hospital stay stress. Yeah, I think a lot of it is related to stress from what I've known and talked to people about in past when they've said it. But who knows what could be anything. But yeah, and now my children, Jordan and Ashley, I mean, Jordan's in the 30s. They didn't have to have a TB jab. They didn't have to go through that stress of having 6 needles to see if they were allergic to TB jab or wherever they were allergic to. And it just makes you wonder why they stop all these things. They were there for a reason, and they're doing the job. So why stop them? Because surely things are going to start coming back if we stop treating for it, aren't they? Or is it that just me being a bit brain dead? They should start TB jabs again because it's come back. Do you know, Tracy, I thought I'd heard that, and I thought I was just talking shit then. But yeah, I thought I'd heard something about TB coming back. But yeah, the TB, you've still got the mark from the TB jab. I think everybody who had the TB jab has got the mark or the little scar on the arm to say, all down to money. Isn't it always? They put it all down to money, Tracy, and it's just, it's ridiculous. Money over a life. It's just, to me, it doesn't make sense. The cost of a nurse, it's the cost of the nurse, like the knit nurse. But Anne, again, the knit nurse, it was bad having that in school anyway. Because if you ever got called to knit nurse, it was bloody horrendous. And when she used to go through everybody's hair, it used to annoy me because she'd go through your hair, but then she'd gone through somebody who had got knits. How'd you know that she weren't passing them on, or they jumped onto her for a minute and then jumped on your head? But yeah, bloody knit nurse. Jesus, that's going back some, man. But even my kids don't even know what a knit nurse is. I mean, only you know what a knit. Well, I think everybody on here will know what a knit nurse is. Not saying that everybody's old, but you know what I mean. I think we all had knit nurse or something when we were little. I've had all childhood illnesses and all shots. I've had all shots, Carol. My mum and that made sure that we were all shotted up, but to touch wood, I've not had all the childhood illnesses. So hopefully I don't. Knit nurse should come back too. Do you think so, Tracy? Do you think they should bring knit nurse back? I don't know, you see. There were cow bags, our knit nurses. You didn't have no hair in by the time they'd finished pulling your hair from which direction they were going to do. And especially if you got your hair up in a ponytail or in a plait, they were ruthless. Absolutely ruthless were you. I loved the knit nurse looking at my hair, so relaxing. I used to fall asleep. You had a good one, Dave. You had a good one. Ours were a right twat bag. You had no hair. Like I say, you come out and you were quite bold. That's why I have short hair, no knits. Anne agrees with Trace that knit nurse should come back, because a lot of parents don't clean their kids' hair. Do you know, I think that's quite relevant, that Tracy, isn't it, though? Because kids now, they stop bathing them when they get to like 5 and 6, and it's like, get your own bath and have a chat, and their hair ain't checked. And I think, there's been times, I don't know whether anybody, I'll say it, but then I'm going to shut up about it because it makes me itch like mad. My hair will start itching. But I hate it when I've been sat on public transport, or I've been in a restaurant somewhere and there's kids sat on a table in front of you and the hair's actually moving. I feel so sorry for them, because that's got to be so uncomfortable, and it's just horrendous to see. It takes 2 minutes to go through your kid's hair with a comb, and put plenty of conditioner on what you need to do to try and get these. I've never had it, but my brother had tried. We used to get it when we were younger, but I think girls got it more than the boys did. And then they used to say, well, it's only going clean hair. I think that would just make everybody feel a little bit better. But it was really rife when we were at school. I'd be scratching, Lynn will be scratching her head now. Do you bet Nanny Lynn's like that, you bitch? She'll have no hair. There'll be a scalp under her fingernails by the time. Knits, not bits. Thanks, Dave, you sod. There was a family when the kids had knit so long they were the size of chunky pigs. That's what I'm saying, Tracy. It's not fair on kids. It does damage. It's not just the bullying that comes with it, but it's also what that child's going through, because you just can't imagine. Itch, Lynn, itch. If I start going like that, Nanny Lynn, are you gonna? What is it? Pick on Nanny Lynn morning. But yeah, Lindsay, pretend to scratch your head. Do you know, if she shoos me when she sees me, Dave, I'm going to blame you. We only had a bath once a week. But you know, when you were younger though, Carol, again, different times and different living styles and that. Not everybody had baths. I remember my mum saying when we were little, when we were babies, I hadn't had a bath in 11 years. But I've had a shower. I'll get that in. I remember my mum saying when we were little, they used to, for us to have a bath, like at my nan's house, they might not have been the bathtub. It might not have been like the bathtubs we have today. And they used to like put like a metal bowl, and I'd be hot water in that, and I'd be putting that. Bathrooms. They were a lot were outdoors and stuff. So how they coped, and how you just can't. You can't even imagine living in them times unless you've been there. My daughter had long hair, and I covered her head in tea tree oil. Never had knits. Thing is now, though, Anne, the knits have got wise, and the tea tree oil does jack shit for them now, unless you catch it when they first come out, but not many people do. Do you remember the dentist nurse that used to come into school too? You had to chew those red tablets. Yeah. And he'd be eating sweets all morning, and then they'd tell you that dentist nurse were coming in, and you got to go and brush your teeth, or you got to I think you had to take they told you to take your toothbrush in, didn't they? They used to tell you to take your toothbrush and toothpaste into school because dentist nurse were coming round. And then if you've got pink teeth, they give you like 7 of them tablets to last you for a week. And then you got to book back into your own dentist to make sure all that. Do you know, I'd eat one of them now though, Claire. I'd put one of them in now just to see on how bad. Because again, the things that you've not used. Saturday nights we had them on bath nights. They had them. Yeah, our school dentist had the filthiest teeth ever. Really, every Sunday, Carol, we used to get in the kitchen sink in the week. I used to put my kids in kitchen sink though. We didn't have a bath, but we used a permanent sink. I had a mobile school dent in 1972. He dropped a mirror down throat. I nearly died. Literally, so scared now. I have to go into hospital. So to be knocked out and have at least you're going into hospital soon to be knocked out to have at least 13 out. Wow. To be honest, I think because you're having that amount out, I think you would have had to go into hospital anyway, Dave. It's a lot to have out if they're doing it all at once.
You have a bath on 29th of February every year.
Once every 4 years. Never had a school dentist. Oh, we did, Nanny Lynn. They were shocking. But yeah, I mean, I've had 4 teeth out. I were on gas and air when they took all my teeth out. It was my wisdom teeth that come through when I was young, they removed them all. And I literally were young, and they took all my teeth out at back. So all my wisdom teeth, they actually cut through gum and pulled them all out. So yeah, my God, year old, I wasn't in school in 1972. My God, you're old. I wasn't in school in 72. Tracy's saying that, not me. I'm just reading. Hey, John says Anne. Yeah. But yeah, I think, when did I start? I was born 74. So yeah, they'd have to come and knock me out to pull it out a tooth. Do you know, the dentist bothers me, but it doesn't. I mean, I've had good experiences and I've had bad experiences, but to be honest, I don't care. I will always go to a dentist. I've just got to think about teeth, about my teeth anyway. But yeah, it's shocking. I mean, at minute, through medication, I've got 2 teeth. The 2 front ones here are starting to discolour. And it's through medication that I've been on. And before I come live, I'm like pulling my lip down and I'm saying to John, can you see discoloration? Can you see discoloration coming? Because I can see it. And I think it sends you a bit paranoid. But isn't it funny how little cosmetic things like that can send you, because you know how other people are gonna be. My dentist always removed teeth for the money he could claim from the NHS again. I should think he did, Carol. I should think he bloody did. I love the feeling of a super clean teeth when you come out of the dentist. I've got to admit, it is a nice feeling when you come out and they've scraped up plaque off your teeth and whatever they've got to do. But yeah, I lie in a sweat and panic when I go to dentist. I'm petrified. Oh, bless you, Claire. Try a little bit of hypnotherapy. See if that can help you with dentist. I'm not saying it's going to cure you full stop, but yeah, see if you can have a word with Paul and have a little bit of hypnotherapy before you next go into dentist, and just see if it does give you that different change of mindset. I still have to go in to be examined properly, as need sedation, as gag reflex is so bad. It's also a side effect of my gastric. Yeah. But the thing is, though, Dave, with things like that, you haven't got much. It's like we're saying, you know, like medication that you take. Medication starts to affect your teeth, and it starts to affect your gums, and it's awful what medication does. But unfortunately, we have to take the medication. We have to. There's nothing we can do. But I must say, I'm not very keen on people that have white teeth done. You know, when they have them painted white or they have them veneers or whatever they put in. I don't like them when they're gleaming, because to me, they're not teeth. Teeth are meant to be a little bit discoloured. They're meant to have a shine to them, but they're not meant to, weird thing. Talking about teeth. Who got us talking about teeth? Talking of teeth, Dave, the new toothbrush is on offer still. Tracy wants that toothbrush. Hint, hint, Tracy, hint, hint. Mum's dentist pulled out the wrong tooth. Wow. I have 9 teeth left due to medication. It's a bugger, isn't it, Carol? You know, it's an absolute nightmare. I've got a funny feeling it's not going to be long before mine start coming out, because mine are getting to be quite loose. Starting on the back gum and coming around. I can feel loose, and that one's a false tooth anyway. There, that's false. It's attached to my other tooth because they did a root canal and knackered left off a tooth in front root canal, so dentist had to redo it. And I want mine whitened, but he says no, don't have them. Do you know, Tracy, if you're having them whitened, just have it done where they look natural, where it looks natural. Don't go like these ones where it looks like you've just painted your teeth white. Because to me, I just think it doesn't look natural. It's not a natural look when somebody gleams at you. And not sure when next quiz is, but we will. Mine is lack of enamel. Snap, Carol, snap. I mean, my teeth, and I got so many gaps in my teeth. Do you know, my mum and dad used to say to when we were little, you get gaps in your teeth, it means that you're going to be well off. And they lied to me. Don't have Simon Cowell teeth. Exactly. Don't have Simon Cowell teeth. They're not nice at all. I just think it looks so fake. And I think it spoils you. It spoils your natural beauty. Blinking dentist said no because they're white enough, apparently. There you go, Tracy. There you go. Listen to your dentist. Don't go doing off. My teeth do snap off. It's a nightmare, Carol. Honestly, it's an absolute nightmare. Is the dentist doing anything for you though, Carol, to make you feel? I don't know how you're affected on it. I don't know whether it affects your like self-esteem, or whether you're one of these that can just shrug it off and it is what it is. Because I do know that by rights, the dentist, if it makes you feel, I don't know what word I'm looking for, but you know what I'm trying to say. But if it makes you feel thingy about yourself, they have to do something. They have to give fix what there is. That's what they had to do with that one. Yeah, that tooth, because I wouldn't smile. I refused to smile because if I smiled, I got a big gap in my teeth, and I look like an hillbilly. I've got a photo where I'm laughing with Jordan. I've just got this big gap, and I look like hillbilly. So I was like, no. And sorry, I don't mean to offend any hillbillies out there. I'm not saying that you've got bad teeth. It's just, look at references we use. Very naughty of us to use references. I haven't been for my dentist retired too. But Carol, go and find one. There's some lovely dentists out there. My dentist retired, and then I had some really horrible ones. And then we've just found a lovely lady, a lady dentist, haven't we now? Is it Mia or May? May. And she's absolutely lovely. When she's doing cleaning, she puts an injection into your gums so you don't feel it while she's doing a deep clean. You don't even feel, don't she? She does me, and then I don't even feel anything that she's doing. My teeth might be worse than yours. But yeah, and I don't even feel the numbing coming in. No, just made a brew and the tea bags burst. Oh no!
I actually don't think she gives you injection so you don't feel it. I think she gives you injection to shut your up.
Do you? Just to keep me short. Injection to clean, yeah. She puts an injection, not only when she does a deep clean, not when she does, no, when I go in, she just does that quick clean. No, but if she's doing a deep clean, she like numbs me gums. But I think it's because she has to go quite high. My gum line's quite high. So I think maybe she might do that because she has to go right close. But when she does a deep clean, I get an injection to stop it so I don't feel it. I have a bridge with teeth on my uppers, but need both up and down now. Carol, get yourself booked back in. Find a dentist and get yourself booked back in, my lovely. Because I promise you, if you get that sorted, how you feel about yourself, it'll just boost you to another level, my lovely. I promise you. you'll just feel 100 times better in yourself. It's strange, isn't it, our little things. When I have my nails done and I have false nails done, for me, I always think it makes your hands. It gives me more confidence in myself when I've got my nails done. Just because I know that to me they look lovely, they look beautiful. So it's like the little things that give us that bit of confidence. Makeup if I go out. I mean, I don't necessarily wear makeup when I'm coming live anymore, not much anyway. But if I go out, I like to put a bit of makeup on. Not every time, but sometimes when we go out, and it's like that, just that little bit of her boobs, that little bit of I don't know. Yeah, my mum used to put her teeth by the bed, scared the life out of me. So now I'm obsessed with magic. Hey Tracy, I'll tell you something. My nanan, before COVID started, so I'm going back a couple of years, my nanan had come up here with my mom, and we'd had some cake and we'd had a drink, and she went home, and then next minute my mom phoned me back up and she says, Lindsay, has your nanan left her teeth? And I went, what? She went, she's wrapped them up in a bit of kitchen toweling, and she's left her teeth. Luckily they were in top at bin. We'd actually just picked it up as rubbish and put it in top of bin. So we had to take it in. Luckily, it wasn't a full bin. So luckily we managed to get her teeth back. But it was just so funny that she'd left her teeth here for me. Honestly. Did you know that's the good thing with wearing masks though, Carol? It has hidden, and I think it's given a lot more people some confidence as well. There's still a lot of people though wearing masks. To be fair, I noticed I'm asthmatic, but my asthma's brought on by seasons. And in winter, if I go out in winter and I'm walking, I have to start taking. I am Carol. I'm having a little bit of a hot flush. I have to start taking my inhalers more. But do you know, having the mask on when we were out in the cold, in the wind and cold things, the mask actually protected my throat, and I didn't need to use my inhaler as much. So yeah, it were really interesting. It's quite warm in this room, Carol, and I won't take my t-shirt off. I won't take my cardigan off. I don't like the look of my arms. Yeah, so it's not necessarily an hot flush now. It's just I'm a little bit warm. My tablets are working for me hot flushes, to be quite honest. I don't know where I've put them, but yeah, they're absolutely brilliant. It's right good. This Sage and there's these other ones from Holland and Barrett. Honestly, can't rate them enough. Right, guys, I'm gonna let you get off. I've been live for an hour. I've been chuntering on for an hour. Put fan on. I know, but I'm saving electric. This is giving me hand exercise, so at least I'm doing something for bingo wings. But yeah, so thank you everybody for joining. I will be live in a little while over on members, 11:30. I think I've put down 2:30. I think I'm going to be live on members doing the spiritual journey for those that are interested in doing the more nature spirits and getting down and dirty with the nature spirits and bringing that kind of spiritualism back into the lives, and just because you do one part of spiritualism, it don't mean to say that you can't do others and mix them all in. So it's really good to embrace different parts of different things. I think that's what makes it even better. So yeah, thank you. Hey Jules, thank you for everybody joining. Have a great day. It's been lovely to chit chat with you. And bye for now. I will be back on. I'll try and get on more mornings and come back on and have chit chats in the morning, and we'll just chunter about shite and whatever. So yeah. So take care, everybody. Please stay safe. Love you loads, and mwah. See you soon. Bye.